Tony Drago from Malta. And yeah, a few words to Karlo Damatin. He actually returned to the billiard scene for the last 4 Euros Tour stops. He stopped playing actually. He was a former youth player when he lived in Germany, but then he stopped playing, returned to Croatia, and now he's trying a little bit of comeback. And now he's here in his 5th Euro Tour tournament, facing Tony Drago, the Tornado from Malta. And the former snooker professional started with a nice break. He get the corner ball, he get the 1 ball. Normally he should have also position on the 2 ball, but the 4 ball wasn't that friendly, and yeah, he clocked up the 2 ball, and now he has to play probably a safety. Pretty easy on the 2 ball, so he can leave the 4 ball between the cue ball and the 2. And now it's on Karlo. What can he do out of this situation? He has to go maybe through the foot rail or through the head rail. So the short rails are on. You're going to the head rail, try to hit the 2 ball at least, maybe accurate enough, either way to pocket it or to get a resave. And I guess he got a nice resave. I guess Tony cannot go through the 6 and the 9, so he has to go rail first, hit it pretty hard, so it's a kind of hit and hope shot. Sometimes you know that also from snooker. And he leaves the Karlo Damatin also a pretty hard position where he has to make a curve or a little jump shot here. It's not a complete jump shot over the 9, only a half jump, and therefore he can use his regular playing cue to do that. He missed it and leaves another difficult situation for Tony. But Tony succeeds to make a very nice cut to 2 ball and get position on the 3 and position on the 4. And now you will see how easy Tony can this game look. I mean, he let this game look awfully simple. Because from his snooker experience, he surely doesn't have any problems with pottings. He played also pretty fast during his snooker time. But sometimes, like this, he played a little bit too fast. Or maybe this time it was also because he was interrupted a little bit because of the corner. And yeah, he's maybe not used to that. And Karlo can take advantage out of it. He missed the corner ball. He was pretty full. He played pretty full on the 1 ball. So this makes the corner ball a little bit harder to get. So nothing went in. And Tony already made the 1 ball. Very nice position on the 2 ball. Good enough to make just a little draw shot on the 3. And now from the 3, another draw shot for the 4 ball. 4 ball for the 5, another draw shot. Get a perfect angle on the 5 to add another draw shot to the 6 ball. From the 6, just let it roll over 1 rail to the 7. And from the 7, just a stop shot to the 8. And the 8 just use the tangent line or let it roll 1 rail. Perfect position on the 9 ball. That's the way Tony play his business here. Pretty fast, pretty solid, pretty fast decisions, and therefore he developed this pretty fast playing style. He scratched now. Actually, it was a pretty good break. It wasn't the corner ball who went in, but another ball who get knocked in by the corner ball, and he draw back the cue ball between the second and third diamond, but a little bit too much, so that it went to the opposite side pocket, which gives Karlo now a ball in hand position on the one ball, but a pretty it's a not so easy to get position on the two ball. Just let it roll, but not hard enough, not hard enough. The snooker himself with the ball in hand. What an opportunity. He missed here. Snooker himself with ball in hand. Okay, now he has to go for the one rail kick shot. Either way, the long rail to the left or to the right. He's choosing the right. He will surely be able to hit the two ball, but will he accurate enough to pot the two ball in? No, he was trying to get a resave. But now I guess it's up to Tony to play a safety now, because I cannot see if he can get a direct shot two ball between the 8 and the 6. No, it's not on. So he's playing another safety here. Pretty accurate. Oh, he's not satisfied. Probably Karlo can go between the 4 ball and the 7. But anyway, even when he can shoot at it, there's no pocket available. So we like to create a little jump. Looks like a little bit of hit and hope to me. But what else to do? Now he can get a pretty good safety with the cue ball maybe behind the 3 or the 2 ball behind the 3. He was trying with the 2 ball, but a little bit too hard. Both of them were running a little bit too long, so Karlo can see the 2 ball, but still there's no pocket available. He's probably trying also a safety. Probably get the cue ball behind the 6. No. It's pretty okay. I mean, there's still no pocket available. Another safety. I like that. We have here now a pretty nice safety battle. And pretty fast too. I guess he can see a little bit of the right side of the 2 ball. If he can get it thin enough to get a cue ball behind the 6 maybe. No, he's not trying that. He's trying to keep the 4 ball and 9 ball between the 2 ball and the cue ball, but still it was too hard, and therefore Tony was able to make the cut shot on the 2. But he snookered himself on the 3, does he? Does he? Or can he? He can still hit the 3. Pot it in. And gave himself, looks like a bank shot or a safety. He will park the cue ball right behind the 9. And too slow. The 4 ball couldn't get the rail, and therefore it was a foul. Which gives Karlo another time ball in hand, and with 5 open balls and ball in hand, he should get this game into his account. Just 2 rail position or 1 rail position to the 7. That's it. traveled a little bit too far, but still okay. Whoa. He missed that opportunity as well. So Tony will make sure to get another game into his account, and this gives Tony the lead instead of Karlo. So Tony is leading now 2-1 for the Malta resident. But Dalmatin still like to get the full break on the one ball, and therefore the corner ball was on the right edge of the corner pocket. And now they are not sure, and I'm not sure as well, if enough balls were crossing the headline. I was looking at the corner ball, so I couldn't see it. Don't ask me. Sorry, guys. I'm not a referee anyway. So he made the 5 ball in the side, but only the 6 is laying in the head field. So they don't know if any ball, maybe the 1 ball, was crossing the headline. Well, it seems to be even also out of the viewers, nobody is sure about what happened. Now they ask the referee. It's pretty hard to make a decision now. If there's any doubt, it should be in favor of the player. The one who broke should be his favor if there's any doubt. But I'm not a referee here anyway. They will come to a decision sooner or later. Here comes the referee. He has a little talk with the guys. Oh, that's an unusual decision. They make the decision that he has to break again. Okay. I can live with that. So Tony is racking the balls again, and now we can see again a break from Karlo Damatin, who's supposed, from my point of view, he's trying to hit the 1 ball as solid as possible, which was the usual break like 10 years ago, and maybe he still like to go for his usual break. Think about that, he didn't play it for a few years. But here, I don't know if it was by accident or not, but he was using the cat break now, and he did get the 1 ball. He couldn't keep the cue ball in the center of the table, but the 2 ball is pretty close to him, so he will manage to play the 2. Maybe let the cue ball run into the 6 ball to keep a position on the 3 and create another problem. He was knocking the 6 ball a little bit too hard, and now the 6 ball is very close to the 8. So he has to take care about those 2 balls. But before, he has to clear, of course, the 3 ball. Just a nice draw position for the 4. With the 4, he can just make a little follow on the rail, get a nice angle on the 5, and with the 5, he will try to let the cue ball run into the problem situation with the 6 and 8. He was a little bit too much follow. From my point of view, he still got the possibility to make the 5, but it's a little bit more difficult. And I guess he will need, I don't know if he is naturally, the cue ball will come naturally into the problem from with the 6 and the 8. He missed the 5, but the cue ball was pretty good going into the problem, but he left the 5 in front of the pocket, which is an easy victim for Tony. You also get a pretty creative position on the 6 ball, and the rest is the 7 is sitting in front of the pocket. From there he gets the easy position on the 8. The last possibility to make a mistake is now from the 8 to the 9. He will probably use a little follow with left side English. No, he tried to stun it and prefer to go for a little longer 9 ball instead. And he make it. So that's a 3-1 lead for Tony, the Tornado Drago. He ended up with the cue ball too low between the first and second diamond, but the 1 ball was coming on the corner of the side pocket and therefore stayed down, pretty good position, but he failed to get 2 balls crossing the line, and the 1 ball is supposed to be one of the balls to cross the line if he is not making it in the center pocket. So therefore Dalmatin gets the bonus to play the 1 ball here and get maybe a position. Playing high or low, he preferred to play low to get position on the 2 ball. Nice execution, almost perfect on the 2 ball. With his angle, he can easily get access to the 3 ball, just let it roll or play it low. Easy enough to keep the cue ball between the 4 and the 6. With this position, just a little angle on the 3, he will be able, just where he pointed with his stick, a nice draw shot with some left side English. To get a position on the 4, and with this angle he will almost naturally come a position to the 5. To make it sure, maybe he can add up a little bit right side spin, but I guess it won't be necessary. Yeah, just natural. From that point it's almost another natural shot here. You just have to make decision, add up a little bit right side to make a 2 rail position to the 6, or to add up a little bit left side to get 1 rail position to the 6. Was going for 2 rails. Now he got a certain angle on the 6 and is checking if he can get the 8 ball, if the 8 ball will pass the 9. Otherwise he would have to run into the 8. Play a draw shot, and therefore the 8 can pass the 9, but the position is not perfect. So will be a hard time. We will have a hard time to cut this ball in. Position is automatic. If he makes it, ooh, this was barely enough, but perfect position on the 9. He still tried it to hit a 1 ball full, and he succeed to do it. He get the 1 ball in the side. Surely not a dry break. He made 2 balls, but That's a very hard position on the 2 ball. I guess he will play for a safety. I guess he will go for a safety, and he like to park the cue ball right behind the 8 ball. And he has done it pretty nice. So it's not a jumpable position here, so Tony has to go 1 or 2 rails to hit a 2. He missed it, and therefore another ball in hand for Karlo. With this ball in hand, yeah, he can go for a position for the 4 ball in the left side corner pocket, or with the 4 ball in the center. That's what he's trying to do. Just let it roll from this position. And with this angle he got on the 4 ball, he can also let the cue ball roll and get the position on the 5 ball in the same side pocket. The same pocket where he pocketed now the 4 ball. Just let it roll naturally. That's it. And with this position, which is almost straight, he just can make a decision to play a stop shot and play the 6 ball in the right head corner, or let it roll and play the 6 in the center, the opposite center. He's not sure about that, so he has to make a decision here. He's looking at this option. If there is something you learn as a pool player, then it's to make decisions. You have to make decisions. I guess even businessmen in the management of big companies can learn something here, because it's all about decisions. And you have to take full responsibility for your decisions. He was going for a stop shot. Now he has to go for bring the cue ball, force the cue ball to the use the tangent line. The cue ball will go between the center pocket and the 8, coming back from there to get a little angle on the 7. Pretty hard. And he missed it. He's supposed to make that ball. He missed it. What a nice opportunity he missed. He missed the opportunity to tighten up the match at 3-3, and instead of that, he gives Tony the opportunity to run away, not with 3-2, but now with 4-2. There he is. So, another break from Tony. A corner ball get catched. Was a dry break anyway. So Karlo is the one to shoot, but he doesn't have a shot on the 1. There's no pocket available. So he has to play a safety. Maybe try the 1 ball, but keep it behind the 4 and bring the cue ball down where all the other balls are lying. Close, but not successful here. So Tony got a shot on the 1 ball. Not an easy shot, of course, especially the position on the 2 ball is awfully difficult. He got it. He got it. And now another hard position. Will he I guess he will run into the 8. No, he can pass the 8 ball right between the 8 and the 6 to get a perfect position on the 3 ball. On the 3, perfect position to the 4. Another draw shot to get another perfect position on the 5. Not much to do with the 5 ball because the 6 is sitting in front of the pocket. If it's straight, it's just another draw, or just let it roll for the 7. let it roll, the 7 for the 8. Pretty natural, everything. Also, he can let it roll for the 9. He looked this game awfully simple. From Karlo. Think about it. He missed the opportunity to make it at 3-3 and now he is 5-2. Very nice break here. He got the corner ball, he got the 1 ball. Surely not a dry break. And he got a position on the 2 ball. And if you manage to make that ball, the cue ball will just come naturally in position for the 3 ball, which is sitting in front of the pocket. Very nice. The 3 ball, natural roll to the 4, stop shot on the 4 for the 5, little follow with the 5 to the 6, with the 6 a stop or a little draw on to the 9. Which looks awfully simple here, can drive a beginner real crazy. Nicely done. Just a little draw. Perfect game for Karlo. So he can shorten up the distance from 5-2 to 5-3. And it's pretty much heat here. And when he played that fast, yeah, it takes a little condition. You need to. It was a dry break, was it? Yeah, it was. He's still arguing a little bit about it. Oh, it's a dry break, so it's Karlo's shot here at the 1 ball. Just let it roll easily to get a 2 ball in the side. Stop shot on the 2 to get the position on the 4. Let it roll a little bit. Now about a stop shot or force stun shot to get a position on the 5 into the center pocket. Let it roll the 5, so it will come out of the rail back for a perfect position to the 6. Just let it roll. That's it. And here also, you can just let it roll naturally, maybe add up a little bit of left side English to get a perfect position on the 7. A little bit too much, but he's still okay. Still okay. He just can let it roll again to get a natural position on the 8. For some reason he don't like it. Oh, he like to get a little bit magnesium powder. When you sweat a little bit, then the cue doesn't feel very pleasant when on the fingers. So he let it just follow a little bit, and another 2 rail follow shot, left side English. Oh, excuse me, right side English. For the 9 ball, perfect position. Another game for Karlo, so he can tie. Nobody's checking the rack, like a lot of other players are doing. He get the corner ball, he get the cue ball between the 2nd and 3rd diamond. So, pretty successful. But I guess the 7 ball is in the way. Of between the cue ball and the 1 ball. I guess he cannot make the 1. I guess he can have a shot at the 1, but not he cannot hit it on the right side of the 1 to make it in the pocket. Therefore he has probably to shoot it almost full to keep the cue ball behind the 4 and the 6, between the 4 and the 5. Yeah, that's it. But instead of behind the 4 and the 5, he's right between it, and therefore Tony got a shot on the 1. Cannot pocket it, of course, but he can get another safety. And he succeeds to do so. From my point of view, I cannot see if Karlo can hit the 1, but I guess he can, but... Ooh, he's aiming even at the center pocket from this angle. And he has to make a curve shot. Wow. Let's see if he can pull that out of a hat. No, look at the 9 ball. Oh, he was lucky. The cue ball comes out of the rail and hit the 9 ball, and the 9 ball went into the pocket, which gives a lucky 5-5. Take a look at his break. 6 ball is the corner ball. No, it was the 3 ball. He get also the 1 ball, but the 5 ball, is the 5 ball crossing the line? Obviously yes. Yes, barely he crosses the line. You can see it from this camera. And now he don't has a direct shot on the 2 ball. What does he need? A jump or a curve? Probably a little curve. Yeah. But even if he gets the curve, ooh, nice curve, but wasn't hitting it perfectly, and therefore the cue ball stay in front of the pocket as an easy victim for Karlo. Just hit the 2 ball pretty thin to get a position. The cue ball right between the 6 and the 4, or a little bit more full. Let it roll out between 6 and 7, or between 7 and 8. Let's see what he's planning to do. He tried to get a position between the 4 and the 6. He was running into the 6, and therefore he still got position. And with the 4 ball he now can go for 2 rails and get the cue ball out right between the 7 and the 8. 1, 2 rails between 7 and 8. You run a little bit into the 7. But still accurate enough to have a decent shot on the 5 ball. And here he can go with 2 rails. 1, 2 rails, position for the 6. Almost straight in on the 6 ball. So he liked to make a draw shot to play the 7 in the same corner pocket where he shoots the 6. That's it. And now he has to roll, let the cue ball roll, probably between, no, he goes for the tangent line. He like to go away from the tangent line, avoid a scratch in the center pocket, and go around 3 rails to the 8. Nicely done. So now it's just a little bit low left to cross the center line and get a position on the 9. Here it is. And now it's Karlo Damatin who took of the hat. 3 ball is the corner ball. He got the 3, he got the 1 ball. 2 ball is passing the line, 6 ball is passing the line. Got position on the 2, but difficult to get the position from the 2 to the 4. That will be hard. He has to play low left side English and try to get the cue ball behind the 7. I don't know if this shot is on, but if he can get the cue ball behind the 7, then it will come out of the long rail right into the 4 ball or the 5 ball. If he will run into the 7, that anything can happen then. If he run into the rail before the 7, then it won't be a good position. He has to try to get it behind the 7. But he's looking to play it kind of easy, to let the cue ball come back where he's aiming at, probably where the cue ball is right now, and maybe he's trying to pull out a safety from there or try the bank shot. It doesn't look like that he will try to get the cue ball behind the 7. No, he's playing it easily to get this angle he was pointing at, and now he can try to make a maybe to try to run with the play the 4 ball, and the cue ball can run into the 5 ball and make the 5, or try to make the bank shot, the long bank shot. He will have position on the 5 if he makes the bank, and that's what he's aiming at. He's aiming at a bank shot. That's quite offensive play here. He missed the bank, and the 4 ball comes back. Not close enough that he can get a direct pot. So he will play another safety. Pretty decent, not perfect. So probably he has to play the 4 ball on the left side. 4 ball will stay where it is and bring the cue ball down the table. Like that. If it would stop behind the 6, would be perfect, but he can be satisfied with that also. I guess there's another long bank shot on here, or another safety. Safety. Not perfect, and he's not satisfied with it. Absolutely not. He's not on a roll here. So Karlo got a shot on the 4 ball. If you just let it roll, it will come back between 5 and 8 and come back position for the 5. Here it is. A little bit close to the rail, so not too easy to get a position on the 6, but he should be able to do that. It's a stun shot. Ooh, he tried to make a follow shot, force follow, and therefore he got a little bit too much of a curve now, which creates here a pretty long angle shot on the 6 ball. Okay, was doing a good job on that shot. Nice position on the 7. Gives him the perfect angle to come on the other side of the table to get a nice position to the 8. Just low left side English. And now a little bit low right, and he will almost be straight in to the 9. Not perfect, but good enough for Karlo Damatin to took the lead with this shot 5-7 in favor of Karlo. He get a 1 ball. But another dry break. It's a second dry break Tony produces here. And certainly not because he was hitting them too easy. It just happens sometimes. So Karlo has probably to play the 2-7 combination here. And when you play the 2-7 combination, you always have to take care what is the 2-ball doing after that. And when the 2-ball goes to the right and the cue-ball goes to the left, then he won't be in position, but he was doing it that perfect. He was hitting it that perfect that both balls went into the pocket and still got position on the 3. So he might have had 1 or 2 fortune shots, but also some pretty good shots he delivered here. But look at this! Look at this! I can't believe that. With some follow right English, he snookered himself. He locked himself really up. I mean, he locked himself really up behind the 6. Now he has to go 2 rails. And he will be happy to hit the 4-ball at least. But he missed it. What an opportunity. He's thinking about that. And now it's time for Tony to catch up a little bit. Take advantage out of that mistake. Yeah, just a stop shot or a little draw on the 8, perfectly for the 9. So he shortened up the distance from 5-7 to 6-7. He get a 8. 1 ball was on the corner, 6 ball crosses the line, 5 ball crosses the line, perfect position on the 1. The 1 was hitting the left side edge out of my point of view from the side pocket, and this brings the 1 ball right where it is. Otherwise the 1 ball supposed to be in the head field of the table. Nice position on the 2. 2 ball just draw it back, just between the 7 and the 9, or into the 9, or let it roll with some left side English like he preferred it in this case. So position on the 3, draw back on the 4 ball. I can't believe it, he played almost the same speed like Tony. Almost. Okay, good position on the 5. You can let it follow a little bit, 1 or 2 rails to get a nice position on the 6. Into the side. You can play a stop shot here and play the 7 with 2 rail position for the 9, or that's what he's looking at. The alternative would be to draw it back, but I guess he will be fine with the stop shot. That's it. Now you can make the 2 rail position to the 9. Just a little bit right side English. 1, 2. Not perfect, but good enough. And that's the 6-8 lead for Karlo Damatin. 6 ball is the corner ball. You get the 6 ball. 2 or 3 balls crossing the line, 4 balls, 5 balls crossing the line. As I mentioned, you make sure not to get a dry break in this case. And he got a position, not a perfect position, but he got a shot at the 2 ball in the side pocket. Let the cue ball follow for a position on the 3. That's it. Draw shot on the 3 ball for the 4. Now he preferred a follow left side shot with 2 rails position on the 4 ball. Now it's probably a draw stun shot. to the 5. And now comes the thing. Actually, he plays faster than I can make any commentary. And he parked the cue ball perfectly between the 8 and the 7. Here you got 8. Here you got a position on the 9. And that's the 7-8. 7-8 in favor of Karlo Damatin. He got the 3 ball, he got the 1 ball. 2, 3 balls crossing the line. He got position, almost the same position like Tony did before, on the 2 ball in the same side pocket. You just have to make a different position now to the 4 ball, and therefore he has to keep the cue ball at the lower part of the table to play the 4 ball in the opposite side pocket, where he plays the 2 ball. That's where he's aiming at with his tip of the cue. Karlo Damatin obviously doesn't have any nickname, but because he plays also as fast as almost as fast as Tony do, he could be the Fast and Furious here. I guess he will make a draw shot between 7 and 8. No, just a stun between 7 and the rail. Pretty acceptable position on the 5. He will come out with a follow shot with a lot of right spin. Here it is. Now his choice to make a follow or a draw shot, position for the 7. It's not perfectly straight, so he can make the decision between a follow or a draw. He likes the draw shot. Ooh, this was close. He right hit the gold corner of the side pocket and avoid a scratch, an unforced scratch in the side. Decent position on the 7. He will play it quite easy, slow. Perfect position on the 8. And now, how about, 2 rail position, 1 rail position, draw or follow. Almost 4 possibilities here. He goes low, using the tangent line, shoot it pretty hard, and now he got a match point. He got a match point in front of him, winning against Tony Drago. 9-7. That's it. That's it. Karlo Damatin beats Tony Drago from Malta 9-7. Coming back to you later on.